Cherai is a small coastal town amongst a bunch of weavers' villages next to Chendamangalam in Kerala. The place was abuzz with the click and whoosh sounds of the looms, which were the warp and weft of the life of the people there. These century-old towns that supplied fine hand-woven textiles to the royalty and aristocrats produced the fabulous and original kasavu, which is the gorgeous white and off-white hand-loom cotton cloth with gold threaded borders. These geographical indication tag textiles became the identity of the locality itself. Aligning with Kerala's terrains, these artisan villages are also blessed with sea as well as several other water inlets which replenish their life and weaving. In the monsoon season, the beautiful stretch of land was gripped in the clutches of flood that took about 400 lives and displaced a staggering 100,000 people. The plight of these weaving villages was not any different. These villages around Cherai struggled to breathe in the flood waters. When the water finally receded, the community realized that they were stripped of their livelihood. The stock was soaked in dirty waters and the looms were swamped in mud. There was a crisis and the weavers had no idea how to solve it.
It was on 15th of August that my house got flooded. We secured the wefts in the attic and left to my parents' home. When we returned the day after, the wefts were drenched and soaked in water. The looms were completely destroyed. It then took about 3 months before the volunteers helped me to revive my equipment and procure raw materials to start weaving again. On those days, many of our weavers' homes were badly affected by floods. The loss ranged from damage of the threads for weaving to complete destruction of woven clothes. It was depressing to see dismantled looms adrift in floodwaters. This annihilated the weavers' hopes.
This caught the attention of 4 fashion designers from Kochi, the closest metropolitan town. Instead of despising this off as a sad story, they decided to help regain the lost lives of the looms and thus instill hope within the weaving community. They called themselves the Friends of Chendamangalam, named after another little village close to Cherai that had met with the same fate.
It's actually when we first saw a newspaper article where the secretary of Chendamangalam Handloom Weavers Cooperative Society had gone out to the media and said that they need help, that a few of us designers who were based in Kochi decided that we should get out and do something for the weavers. So the first step for us was to try and help them to save the stock that was not damaged in the floods. The clothes were damp but not damaged. So we got the help of dry cleaners to get them washed, and the stock was sold through the website. Uh, what it did to Chendamangalam was give it its 2 minutes of fame with the campaign going viral. There were people from all over the world ordering stuff that was made in Chendamangalam.
The unrelenting work of several helping hands saved the available stock, or as much as it could possibly be. However, devoid of their 600 functioning looms, the future of the community still appeared bleary. There was this one big group of artisan weavers with the right skills, but absolutely no facilities or equipment to do their work, and it indeed was devastating. There began the next phase of revival, the Loom to Life campaign. In a concerted effort to rebuild the looms, a charitable initiative called Care for Chendamangalam was set up. They could facilitate funds from the corporate sponsors and individuals to bring the looms back to weaving happy stories.
August 2018 കേരളത്തിലുണ്ടായ ഫ്ലഡ്സിൽ
This society, HWCS 648 in Cherai, employs about 42 women weavers. Once the floods receded, we started working towards connecting the designers to weavers of this society in Cherai. Another goal of ours was to encourage young weavers to come to the picture, so that this skill does not die out with the current generation of weavers.
The weavers in these little suburbs were reorganized into 7 handloom weaving societies, which came under the umbrella of a bigger cluster. The not-for-profit organization worked with local weavers to supply handlooms to the designers. But marketing this was still a question. The twist in the tale comes in when the local fashion designers like Jeevan collaborated with the HWCS 648 Society to produce contemporary handloom clothing deep-rooted in the refined backdrop of tradition.
We are thankful for a few not-for-profit organizations assisted us to get back on our feet post-floods. Through Care for Chendamangalam, Srijit Jeevan trained 5 of our weavers to weave saris, which was a great step forward. Our weavers had only woven mundus or wraparounds until then. Learning to weave a sari opened up a window of opportunity in front of us.
However, change is always difficult. Giving a makeover to an age-old traditional industry was no mean feat.
For most of the weavers, change is a scary word, also because this is what they've been doing all their life. So when we tell them that they have to create something contemporary, it takes a lot of convincing to tell them that what we are asking them to do are things that will use the same skills that they have learned and have been working with. But it's just a new sensibility that we want to instill using the same set of skills. So that's taken us a couple of months to sort of convince them through multiple design workshops and training sessions, and of course sampling. What was heartening for us is the fact that they have now taken to doing the new set of products that we've worked with them. Also because now they know that there's a lot of acceptance for the product, there's a lot of reach that has come to the society, to the cluster, because of the products that they are making now. And I think that's what makes both us and them happy, because they see a lot of optimism in these products, and I think they've also sort of realized that this is the way ahead. This is again a magnified version of how they would otherwise do a motif. So things like these are becoming much more rare. Like you will not see a torto with a chutti, whereas like a couple of years back it was pretty common. Too subtle, right? And
The dyeing art of hand weaving the fine handloom clothing was thus given a new breath of life. As the concept of cheap, fast fashion is getting outdated and the planet-strong, slow, sustainable fashion becomes a new norm, these handlooms are considered as the perfect solution by many. The fascinating fact is that this is not just the story of a few villages in Kerala and its traditional weavers. It could be about any traditional industry, anywhere in the world, struggling for survival, and how combining the traditional and modern sensibilities could make those appealing to a larger group of patrons, thus ensuring the revival of a vanishing craft.